Hello, welcome. I am Fernanda Paiva, hitchhiking stars, bringing you some insights about the lunations, so the full moons and the new moons, using the Sabian symbols, looking at what insights we can get from these lunations. How can we work with the current astrological energies in a constructive and positive way so we can build the life that we want to live. So this particular one is a very inspiring new moon. So we're going to be talking today about the new moon in Taurus, which will be happening at 18 degrees of the sign of Taurus. And it, depending where you are in the world, it might be happening on the 7th of May or at the early hours of the 8th of May on a Wednesday. So it really depends where you are. But between the 7th and the 8th, we're going to have this inspiring new moon. I like to think about this new moon as an inspiring one, especially because we had such a busy and intense month in April, cosmically speaking. So we had the eclipse season. We also had the full moon Scorpio as well. Full moons in Scorpio are always a little bit more emotionally intense and emotionally demanding as well. And at the same time, during April, we saw the meeting between Uranus and Jupiter. So these two met in the sky, representing this very important new beginning and the potential for new ideas and innovation and new seeds that we can plant connected to breakthroughs of all kinds. So this new moon that we're going to have in early May now is still carrying this energy a little bit of the Jupiter Uranus. And I think that this new moon has a little bit of a continuation and the actual lunar planting of the seed of those new beginnings of that Uranus-Jupiter conjunction. So we're still navigating this very exciting energy. And we have a lot of potential now to really start something that can bring fruits, that can really bring benefits. And benefits that will be very material or very obvious in a material way, in a very grounded way, because those are all the characteristics of Taurus. So Jupiter and Uranus met in Taurus, and the new moon right following this meeting, the next new moon is in Taurus as well. So there's a very interesting synchronicity there, and they're really agreeing in that flavor of fixed earth, the flavor that has to do with bringing something to fruition and planting seeds that can really bring you fruits as well. It's not about great ideas or just feeling great emotions or being aware of your emotions or being more attuned to communication. It is about really manifesting something in our lives with Taurus. So Taurus is always about manifesting something tangible, something real, we'd say, with signs, earthy signs would say. So let's have a look at the imagery for the Sabian symbol for this new moon, and also let's have a look at the chart as well. I have the chart for this new moon right in front of me, and let's talk a little bit about the different configurations that will be present in this new moon and what this can be giving us in terms of insights for the seeds that we can be planting as well. So first, 18 degrees Taurus. So what is the Sabian symbol and the imagery for the 18th degree of Taurus? And that is a new continent is rising out of the ocean. So a new continent is rising out of the ocean. Now, that's a powerful image. I don't know how you feel about it when you close your eyes and you think about a new continent rising from the ocean. But for me, that's definitely a very powerful image for something new to be very powerfully emerging in our lives. Now, emerging from the ocean, first we've got dry land emerging from the ocean. So from the ocean, which is symbolically connected to all that is, the sense of union, the sense of the collective unconscious as well, I can think about when I think about the ocean as a symbol. So from the collective unconscious, from all of the inspiration, divine inspiration and ideas and everything that the ocean represents, we've got dry land emerging. So that really represents a very great potential for this new moon to really bring something to fruition. You see how it's a bit of a double whammy with the energy of Jupiter and Uranus as well, and the idea of tapping into some new ideas, manifesting some new structures in your life, and being aligned with your values as well, because that's another topic that Taurus is very much resonating with. But the feeling of bringing something of value, something real, something tangible, a piece of land that's emerging from the ocean. So from the ocean of the collective unconscious, of our own subconscious minds, and of our own emotional content potentially as well, thinking about the ocean in relation to emotions as well. So the sense of inspiration. I love to think about the ocean in connection to Neptune, obviously, because it is the god of the sea and the oceans. Now, Neptune is a very watery planet, and it has to do with feelings and divine inspiration as well. So I can think about divine inspiration being connected to this new continent that's rising. Now, what is your potential here? Think about your life. Think about where Taurus is in your chart as well, to think about a specific area of your life. So if it's in the 10th house, it will be connected to career and vocation. If it's in the first house, it will be about your sense of identity and who you are, and so on. So really think about where this new moon is falling, where the Jupiter Uranus was as well, that this new moon is reflective of in terms of this new continent, of this great new structure, great new dry land, and with dry land there is a huge potential for gardening, for growing, for cultivating something, for bringing fruits, and later being able to harvest, right? So think about that area of your life and try to focus on that for this week, for these days up to the actual new moon, so you can really set some intentions with this beautiful energy. It really gives a sense of a whole new field that we could be getting in touch with, or that we could be manifesting as well. So a very powerful new moon is like twice the energy of beginning, as I said, and a very earthy one. So really keep that in mind as we head towards this new moon. So from all of the strife and all of the intensity and the clearing process that the eclipse season represented, as well as the full moon in Scorpio as well, in square to Pluto, so all of the emotional detox that we've done, now we've sort of cleared the space for this new moon, for this new cycle to take place. So very important to use this energy, use it, put it into practice, really claim it to you, right? Because it's there, it is abundant, and it is very, very tangible. So this new moon is also like, let's have a look at the aspects as well that this new moon is forming. And the new moon is forming a very tight sextile to Saturn. So there is a sextile between the sun and the moon at 18 Taurus to Saturn at 17 degrees Pisces. So again, a feeling of whatever it is that you start, that you initiate, can really be long lasting. It can really be well structured, grounded, and face the trials and tribulations of time, really, which is what Saturn represents. There's a kind of a blessing from Saturn in Pisces saying, yes, you can kind of dream big here and make sure that you can put that into reality, that you can really bring that to fruition. So it's a kind of a second message here in the chart of this new moon, saying that you are, or we are all capable of bringing these dreams to fruition. These new seeds can really give us fruits. So the sextile to Saturn really seems to be like a blessing, like something that's, that's really going to give us great results if we put in the work, if we put in the seeds into the ground. Now, another aspect that's important to mention with this new moon is that it's happening not too far from the Uranus-Jupiter conjunction itself. Now, the meeting between Uranus and Jupiter that's happened in April, around the 21st, 22nd of April, happened at 21 degrees Taurus. And this new moon is happening at 18. So we're 3 degrees before the conjunction, the exact degree of the conjunction. So that's important. That is, again, reflective of a continuation. This new moon being the continuation of this new cycle between Uranus and Jupiter. That is also the affirmation that this energy is still very strong in the air, and that we can really use it, that we can really direct this energy. So still very close to that Jupiter-Uranus degree, and not too far from Uranus in the sky as well. So Uranus is at 22 degrees at the time of this new moon. So that will be 4 degrees away from the new moon. And again, it's still carrying a sense of awakening, a sense of doing something that we truly care about as individuals, or doing something that's different as well. Innovation, being innovative. So where in your life that you've been stuck in a rut, that you feel ready to take the next step, to really plunge, to really go forward, this new moon will be helping you to set sail. So really find where Taurus is in the chart, because that's definitely going to be very helpful to identify the specific area where you can use this abundant, fruitful energy. Now, the last aspect connected to this new moon that I really wanted to mention and share here with you as well is Mercury. So planet Mercury will be at 21 degrees Aries and is in a very tight conjunction to Chiron. So we've got Mercury and Chiron together in Aries. So what that tells me is that we're still reflecting on the wounds that we were setting new beginnings during the new moon solar eclipse. So we had a solar eclipse at 19 degrees Aries last month. And so we're still working with that energy. We're still reflecting, we're still thinking, we're still learning about that energy and about that new beginning as well. So that's still happening. And Mercury with Chiron at 21 degrees Aries is reflective of this lunar cycle, is still in alignment with these these lessons that we've been having for many months now about Aries, about individuality, about self-assertion and healthy assertion, and etc. So that Mercury Chiron is very marked, very prominent in the chart of this new moon, and reflective of healing our thoughts about who we are and our sense of identity as well. So we can plant seeds for this new continent that's rising from the ocean, as the degree of the new moon tells us, but making sure that this is aligned with what we want individually as well, and reflecting on that and the challenges that we had during the eclipse season. All right, but all in all, this is a wonderfully inspiring new moon, and is a real relief after a lot of intensity from last month. So I hope that you enjoy, that you really use this energy constructively, because it is powerful and you can really manifest something very, very tangible, very real in your life now. So that's it. I'm wishing you a wonderful new moon, and I will speak to you all soon.